Happy Wednesday, football fans, and this is going to be, in my opinion, a great game in the Gridiron Virtual League. And happy Thanksgiving to you all, as I won't see you guys tomorrow. And just getting right into it, we have the Flamingos versus the Wolves tonight. The Flamingos being the home team, as you guys hopefully saw, and I believe that this matchup is going to be a little better. I feel like the Wolves had a lot to learn, a lot to pick up on. The Flamingos scoring 56 points in their last outing last week. So I do think that both teams are going to come prepared. So I think this game is going to be great. Now we do have to talk about some forfeitures, or forfeits, I should say. First, I'm going to let you guys know. So the Alligators, they have forfeit their third game in a row. The Bears did forfeit again. Forfeit again. Not again, I'm sorry, but the Bears did forfeit. So that was their first forfeit. So the Alligators didn't play, the Bears didn't play, the Dragons didn't play, and the 0%ers didn't play. But and I don't want anyone to get discouraged. We will have some more games, some great matchups. No, we will have all of the teams will play in week 4. So the 0%ers will play the Dragons. The Wolves are going to play the Alligators, and the Flamingos will play the Bears. So there are going to be some pretty nice matchups, in my opinion. Come next week for you all. For the 0%ers next week, they will be able to get Lorenzo Camps back, which is going to be great for them. And that's all that I have from you guys. We are now going to just get right into this game, which has already started. And we saw Terrence Russell get in and bring down Bernard Yelverton. And even though the Flamingos have a really good defensive line, they can't seem to pull off. They've pulled off some sacks. They just haven't pulled off the most. But either way, the Wolves have started off in a bad position. And I say that they started off in a bad position because Dallas is a team that scores. Dallas is always going to be a team that scores, and Columbia cannot waste any possessions on anything. So it is going to be very interesting seeing how Columbia does with the loss of a possession. As Tyron Smith is going to carry that ball for about 8 yards. I thought it was 9, but it's 8 yards, 3rd and 2 from the 48-yard line. And Columbia, what they need to do in this game is stop the run. That's their main goal. Their main focus needs to be on stopping the run. If they can stop the run, they should win the game. Now, Dallas did tighten up and start passing the ball a little more, but they're still not the team that is the best when it comes to passing, not by a long shot. So as long as Tyrone Smith doesn't get hot, everything will be fine. And Jonathan August, let's talk about Jonathan August a little bit, as Pete Austin is actually going to go out, the D lineman. So we're actually going to talk about that before we talk about Jonathan August. And Peter Austin, the defensive tackle, is going to be out for a few weeks, 6 weeks that is. So it's going to take him some time to recuperate. That already weak D line is just going to have more issues. Jimmy Patrick at D end, Peter Austin was at D tackle, and then it was Jarvis Caldwell and then Elmer Cohen. So it looks like the next man up D line is going to be Jeremy Kennedy. But either way, the backups are not too good for this team. So this team is going to have to do a little. They're going to have to figure something out. with the loss of Peter Austin for the next few weeks. But now Tyrone Smith is gonna run that ball out to the left side. But like I said, we're gonna talk about Jonathan August now. Jonathan August is a solid defensive back. As Cecil Magic is going to miss that tackle, but Dustin Marauder is going to come in and do that janitor work for him. Now, Jonathan August is a great player, but he's missing a lot of open tackles. And the head coach knows that. The head coach is going to have to find a better way to utilize him, as Dallas is going to make that switch to Darren Roberts as the starting the first running back. And Cecil Magic is going to miss another tackle, and Roberts is going to try and spin. That doesn't get him anywhere. They're going to put Tyrone Smith back in there. And Tyrone Smith on the carry is going to get a touchdown, and this is what I was talking about right here. How is Columbia going to fare from this? As Dorsett is going to kick, and that's going to be wide right. The wind kind of caught Dallas off guard, and they're going to have to make adjustments from there. As Sam Bugaj is going to catch that ball in his end zone. And he is going to try and get at least to the 25, and he's going to dodge a tackle. He's going to get to the 30. He's going to try and spin, but he is going to get brought down by Dorsett. So now Columbia, they already let Dallas score once. They can't let Dallas get hot. If Dallas gets hot, that's it. And this Columbia team knows it. So now coming out of what I believe is the pistol formation, Yelverton is going to drop back, and he's going to dump it off to McCormick, and McCormick is going to get brought down immediately. So this game, it is going to be a pretty good game in my opinion, as I've already stated before. But for all of you who want to maybe get a little more immersed in what's going on, I'm going to give you guys the starting offense for Columbia as they finally got a 1st and 10. We have Bernard Yelverton at quarterback, as you all have been hearing. Dexter McCormick at running back, number 25. Bernard Yelverton is number 12. At fullback, we have Guy Todd, who is not out there in this set right here, as Dexter McCormick is going to get that ball and going to get brought down immediately by Ray Lewis. We have Sam Bugaj as the primary receiver. We have Forrest Diaz as their secondary receiver. And then we have Adam Martinez, Leonard Griffith, and Orville Stevenson, the rest of the receivers. And then at left tackle, we have Harry Daniels. We have Grady Lucas at left guard, Tyrone Gonzalez at center, Lewis Cole at right guard, and Marlon Fields at right tackle. And that's the offense coming out of the shotgun formation. That is the offense for your Columbia Wolves, your visiting team. And to talk a little bit about Dallas. Talk a little bit about Dallas. They have Kenan Janikowski. No, I'm sorry, not Kenan Janikowski is their offense. We're talking about their defense though. On defense, they have Terrence Russell, Clay Garza, Vincent Welch, and Clifford Barber. That is their D line. We have Lamar Hodges at right outside linebacker, Forrest Nichols at inside linebacker, and Ray Lewis at inside linebacker. And their starting left outside linebacker is Anthony Holiday. Now at corner we have Barrett Barton. And then we have Lincoln Johnson at strong safety. And then we have Mo Woodson at free safety. And then Steven Johnson at corner, Trace James as your nickelback, and Sam Combs as your dime back. And there it is again. August just not being able to break down and make a tackle. He's not playing to his potential, and Columbia is definitely going to have to look into kind of revamping their defense, as Kenan Janikowski is going to get brought down for a sack immediately after snapping that ball. So this team is going to have to both teams are going to have to figure something out. As Dallas, it's already the second quarter, and it's not really time to panic. They had a late start in the last game, as Tyron Smith is going to outrun Cecil Magic for a little bit, but Cecil Magic's going to be able to catch up to him and bring him down to the 34-yard line. And Dallas, they're having a slow start right about now. As Kenan Janikowski is going to try and outrun Pratt, and Pratt is going to bring him down off a 0-yard gain, 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. And we can talk about this Dallas offense that is composed of Kenan Janikowski, Tyrone Smith, Darren Roberts, Tony Carter, Derek Ward, Zach Collins, Chris Robinson, Philip McCoy. And I'm sorry, Neville Bishop is on that starting D line for Dallas. I don't know how I missed that. As Myers is gonna bring down Kenan Janikowski, and looking at the O-line now, there are 2 key injuries on that O-line for the Flamingos in Randy Tucker and in Anthony Maldonado. Now, that's the right tackle and the left tackle, if I hadn't already said that. And that left tackle and right tackle are very instrumental in run blocking for this team. They still have Rod Lee, another great run blocker for this team, but and Bernard Yelverton drops extremely far back, and Barrett Barton? Mo Woodson is gonna haul that ball in on the interception. And Columbia is not looking too hot, and I just talked about how they need to keep Dallas from getting the ball. Columbia needs to, in games like this, Columbia being down 0-2, Dallas being up 2-0. Columbia needs to keep Dallas out of their comfort zone and keep Dallas from scoring. Columbia needs to hold that ball, but it looks like they're not going to be able to. And Dallas is going to come out there and they're going to try and score again. We're halfway through the second quarter, and the game can go either way as of now. As Tyrone Smith is going to outrun and just make Jonathan August look silly, and when August is able to get up there, he just wasn't able to make that tackle. As Dallas is definitely feeling good right now. The best corner on that Columbia team is not doing entirely too well. Now, despite August having all of his issues, Jonathan August, if I am not mistaken, should be the leading tackler for this team, and he is the leading tackler for this team. He is. Jonathan August is a great tackler. I really just want to see him lock down some of these receivers, though. I want to see him create some more contact, knock some balls down, because while he has the most tackles, he has no knockdowns. He has a goose egg in that knockdown column, which, for being the best corner that the team has, he's not playing too well. And Cecil Magic on another missed tackle, and Cecil Magic, Tyrone Smith just makes it look easy. Tyrone Smith is just running laps around this offense. But let's talk about this Dallas head coach. This Dallas head coach is, he's commanded his team through numerous preseason wins, through 2 regular season wins. Tyrone Smith is already 18 carries for 131 yards. As of right now, if the season were to end today, Tyrone Smith would be the league MVP. Tyrone Smith alone has close to 1,000 rushing yards. Very close, and we're only 3 games in. We are only 3 games in, and he is very, very close. As that ball is going to end up being dropped by Oladejo. And Columbia is going to get that ball on 4th down, and this is where you can beat Dallas. If you can stop Dallas on a 4th down, because they will not punt the ball. If you can play 4 downs of football with Dallas, you will win 100% of the time. If you can keep them from converting those 4th downs, well, I can't say 100% of the time, but you will win if you keep them from converting on 4th down, which they get themselves into that quite often. And Bernard Yelverton, 2 for 6 right now, and That's not good. You know, we're about to go into the third quarter. Dallas will get the ball back, and they're not doing anything. As Leonard Griffith is going to catch that ball, but there was pass interference on Leonard Griffith. So, and it looks like Dallas is going to accept that penalty. Now we're at 2nd and 20 from the 14-yard line. And out of the pistol formation, Bernard Yelverton is going to call some hot routes. And we're going to see what they can come up with, as Terrence Russell is going to get off that block extremely quickly. And that ball is going to be caught by Caesar Jones, the tight end. But Caesar Jones is going to get tackled for a gain of maybe 1 or 2. And Columbia is going to call that timeout. And they're going to go Hail Mary. So we're gonna see what Columbia can do. This Hail Mary was very, very good for them in that last game, and I think it's just personnel. I think that Bugaj is just playing as, you know, playing like the better receiver when he comes down with those catches. And Bugaj isn't even the best receiver. He doesn't even have the best hands in the league, but he made the Flamingos pay last week, and it looks like Barrett Barton is in position. I thought he was going to intercept that, but Sam Bugaj is going to catch that ball, and he's making them feel the heat right now. So it's 51 seconds left. Can Columbia score? Columbia should be able to get something off, as that ball's going to get thrown again, and Mo Woodson is in the area, but Bugaj does not care. As Bugaj is going to bring that ball down, and Lincoln Johnson is out, and he is not expected to return. And I can try and get an injury report for you guys right now, as it looks like with the injury that he sustained, Lincoln Johnson is going to be out until week 9. Which is going to cripple this defense, as Lincoln Johnson was a staple, and Forrest Diaz is actually going to go out with a back injury, and Forrest Diaz is going to be out until week 6 with his back injury. But Lincoln Johnson is a staple for this defense, in my opinion. We can look at the stats for you guys and see if he did do anything. I mean, he had 1 interception and one knockdown, which is the least on this team. So I apologize. I thought that Lincoln Johnson was more of a factor for this defense, but Lincoln Johnson going out might have freed up some space for the Flamingos to pick up a better safety in free agency, or trade for a better safety. We never know. They might even move someone to free safety. Now, this Columbia team is going to have to figure their lives out after that interception. I believe Bernard Yelverton has already thrown 2 interceptions. So 2 passes to the wrong team already, as Tony Carter brings that one down, and August just not playing the way that August needs to play. Tony Carter is a great receiver, this team is gonna have to just figure their lives out. Tony Carter, number 15, great receiver, but Jonathan August, in my opinion, is a better defensive back. He's just not showing it. Ken Janikowski is going to get brought down by who I believe is Eric Cohen. I believe that was Elmer Cohen, the defensive end, on the tackle. Now with 1 second left, what can Dallas do? What can Dallas do? They're playing from their own 50. Kicking might have worked, but it is entirely too windy. Kenny Janikowski is going to try and run away from Patrick, and he is going to dodge a tackle from Patrick, and Caldwell's going to try and come in and see what he can do, but that ball's going to be caught by Tyrone Smith. Tyrone Smith is going to get brought down at that 25-yard line as time expires in the second quarter, and we have a 6-0 ball game at the beginning of the half, which I believe has to be the lowest scoring first half that we have ever shown you all watching at home. And And as it looks like Colombia is going to have to look at their roster just a little bit. And we had Alan Yates, a linebacker for whatever reason, starting in that wide receiver position. It looked like they might have changed that up a bit, but now kicking off the second half is Tony Carter, is trying to get that ball up somewhere, and he is going to get brought down as we are going to now see what Dallas can muster up. Can they score and start playing as their usual selves? They usually have a lot more yards on the ground at this point. And it's funny. I understand how 149 yards on 21 carries is not a lot, but it's not what this team is used to. This team can do more. Kenny Janikowski is going to get brought down yet again. And that's, I believe, the third sack that he has sustained, as Dallas cannot contain this D line that isn't even the best D line in the league. Now, Dallas is definitely going to they're going to have to play better, as Pratt is going to try and chase Janikowski, and Janikowski is going to throw that ball, and Cecil Magic is going to be able to finally get something, and that was a fourth down, and this is what I'm talking about right here. Dallas going for it on fourth down. It is a win. It's not a win-win. It is a huge gamble. Dallas going for it on fourth down in a situation like that, and now Columbia is down at their own 8-yard line. This is interesting. Dexter McCormick has the most rush yards of his season thus far. That ball is going to be dumped off to Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is going to step in. Rodriguez, that third string running back, is going to get that touchdown, and Columbia is going to try and get that 2-point conversion. It seems like maybe. Nope, they're going to go for an extra point attempt. Christopher Rodriguez, 1 reception, 8 yards, and that ball is going to be too short. So we have a 6-6 ball game, and I think Dallas is going to punish them for this one. I just think that Dallas is going to punish them for this one. The wind is actually a lot less roaring than it has been, but nonetheless, Dallas plays a huge gambling game when they go for it on fourth down. They have been unsuccessful against Columbia from what I've seen today, and when teams can hold Dallas on 3 plays, and then Dallas goes for it on the fourth one, and they can hold them on the fourth one, there is no reason why they should lose. Why the opposing team should lose any games against Dallas. But Dallas going into their next week's game should I hope refine their game plan. Right now there's no reason to panic. It's 6-6, all tied up. Nothing to really worry about. But Tyron Smith is going to run. He is going to juke, but he is going to be brought down by Mark Ray. Mark Ray on the tackle, as Kenny Janikowski is going to toss that ball right to Tyron Smith again. He's going to make Cecil Magic pay. He is going to try and get past Jonathan August, but Jonathan August is not going to be fooled this time, after Jonathan August missed the last few tackle attempts on Tyron Smith, and Tyron Smith is going to get brought down by Mark Ray again. He has been seeing Mark Ray a couple of times in this game, and looks like the Flamingos are having some trouble kind of fixing their roster. But let's talk about the standings thus far. So, if the Flamingos do win this game, they will be 2-1. Not 2-1. They'll be 3-0. If they lose this game, they'll be 2-1. Yes, and so the standings would be as such. If the Flamingos lose this game, the standings would be as such. The Alligators would be at dead last with 0-3. And then next will be the Wolves at 1-2. The next team would be the 0%ers at 2-1. And then the next team would be the Dragons at 2-1. Then the Bears at 2-1, and then the Flamingos at 2-1. I hope I'm not mixing that up now. I'm sorry, I keep saying 2-1. The Flamingos will be 3-0 if they win this game. I apologize. I am getting the records a little mixed up. But you know, Columbia is going to have to score again. They're going to have to do something. And McCormick is going to be able to get that first down. And Columbia is going to have to do something on this drive. You know, we're going into the fourth quarter. They might have 10-15 minutes of play time left. So Bernard Everson is going to toss that ball, and that ball is going to be caught by Christopher Rodriguez. Rodriguez definitely making his presence known after being called up. Let's talking about the Wolves. Christopher Rodriguez is the third string running back. You know, because of his catching abilities, he was called up after the injury of Forrest Diaz, and he's done great. He's played great as that ball is picked off by Steven Johnson. Steven Johnson is actually your cornerback of the year as of right now. And let's actually talk about the rankings for the year in terms of accolades. So right now the Flamingos head coach has coach of the year. The MVP right now is Tyrone Smith. QB of the year in terms of passer rating. And we'll refine that after this game. Right now is Kenya Janikowski. Kenya Janikowski, I believe, has a perfect passer rating. Up until this game, we haven't tracked his stats for this game, but up until this game, he was 19 for 24, and of those 6 passes that were incompletions, 5 passes that were incompletions. 4 of which were drops, only 1 of which was an actual incomplete pass on his part. That ball is fumbled by Tyrone Smith, and Darren Roberts is going to try and pick that up, but Jonathan August is going to be there on that fumble recovery, and Dallas commits their first turnover of the season. Every other team has turned the ball over, and Dallas has finally committed their first turnover, as it looks like the game kind of got out of whack. So Columbia will get a free play on this one since the game went out of whack. So Columbia, like I said, will get a free play. And the way that this free play will work is and I'm sorry, this isn't the free play. The next play will be the free play. So the free play works as Columbia will not be, no one is ever required to pump, but Columbia will throw a Hail Mary. And Dallas's job is to allow them to catch it. Now, if but the ball has to be caught. And then once they get up to the first down marker, the Columbia will have to go out of bounds. If the ball is not caught, then Dallas will get the ball back, obviously. But if the ball is caught and they go out of bounds, then Columbia will be able to retain the ball, and that's exactly what happened. That ball was caught by Alan Yates. And so now we are going to see Columbia come back out here, and I believe that was only fair. A game issue is not it should not be held against either team. So now we are going to see Bernard Yelverson try and get his team out of the deficit they're facing. Losing this game will make them 0-3 as Bernard Yelverson scrambles and he gains 10 yards, but they're going to mark him down short at 2nd and inches. So Bernard Yelverson, 11 for 17, 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown. He's going to dump that ball off to Dexter McCormick, and Dexter McCormick is going to get brought down by Steven Johnson. And then Bernard Yelverson dropping back, and He is going to dump that off to Martinez, and Martinez is going to get brought down by Mo Woodson. For those of you who don't know, the Woodson brothers are back out there. So Mo Woodson is back at, I believe, free safety, and Frank Woodson at strong safety. I might be mixing those up as Lamar Hodges is over there, and he's going to use his intimidating presence to force that incompletion. 6-12, fourth quarter, and 3 minutes and 19 seconds left. 3rd and 4. So Columbia is going to have to do something now. I hope that all who are watching can agree that this is not a characteristic game for Dallas. In any other game, Dallas would have scored triple this. So I think the question is what is wrong? Either what's wrong with Dallas or what is Columbia doing right? And if any of you guys watching can see something that Dallas is doing wrong or Columbia is doing right, please go ahead and leave a comment. You know, and it looks like Columbia is doing better passing. Columbia is doing better passing. They're doing better rushing. Columbia is doing better, and Dallas maybe just wasn't ready for it. I think Dallas, kind of wrote this game off, thought it would be a simple, easy game, as Columbia is one of the worst teams in the league. But they could, scoring right here will tie the game, as we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. And as we see Bernard Jefferson drop that off to Christopher Rodriguez, and Rodriguez is gonna get brought down. Now we're at a 3rd and 3. We're nearing the 2-minute warning. If Columbia doesn't score, I think the game is over. Game has to be over if they don't score. Now, if they do score, Dallas is going to have to score again in a 2-minute offense type scenario. So we're at 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line, right before the 2-minute warning. From the pistol formation, what can Bernard Yelverson command his offense to do? And will the Columbia Wolves get a touchdown? And Dexter McCormick is going to run that ball right up the middle, and he's going to get stopped, but after a first down. And Columbia, 1st and goal from the 2-yard line at the 2-minute warning. And we're going to see another rush from Dexter McCormick, and Dexter McCormick is going to get brought down immediately. 3-yard line, a minute 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, and now they finally, get set, and Yelverton is going to dump that ball off to Guy Todd, and Guy Todd is going to get in there for that touchdown, and we are now all tied up, 12-12, and Finkel is going to kick that, but it is going to go left. That wind, a real damaging feature, as Finkel's going to kick this ball off. And now minute 44, 12-12. Dallas can win this game. Dallas has to win this game. It's 12-12. I do not see Columbia winning this game. Dallas is just, they haven't been playing like themselves, but I have full faith that Dallas will get the job done. I have full faith that Dallas will get the job done, as Kenny Janikowski is going to head this offense. Coming out of the strong guy formation, Tyrone Smith is going to dodge a man, and he is going to get brought down by Mark Ray. With only a few minutes left in this game, a few minutes of playtime left in this game, as Tyrone Smith is going to run this ball off to the right side, and Richard Pratt is not going to be able to bring him down, but Mark Ray on the stop again. And Tyrone Smith has to be tired of Mark Ray. If it weren't for Mark Ray, though, this Flamingos team would not be where they are. And as we saw Tony Carter haul that ball in, and we're going to see a quick pass to Tyrone Smith, who's going to dodge Mark Ray, but Richard Pratt is going to be there on the stop. And now Dallas has Darren Robertson. What can Darren Roberts do? It's just a minute left. And this game is so griping. We could see a upset victory, a last minute victory. And was that a touchdown? Did he get it? And that's a touchdown, Darren Roberts. and we could either see the greatest victory and the smallest victory of the season, or we could see the worst upset. Colombia could just march down this field. I highly doubt it. 50-some seconds left. I highly doubt it. But let's see what happens. As Darren Roberts has that ball and Jonathan August is there on the stop, he can bully those running backs who maybe can't break the tackle all too much. But to those who can break the tackle, he's not all too good, not all too privy to their moves. As we are going to see Griffith run this ball, and I don't know where Bugaj is. I didn't see him on the injuries down at the bottom. But let's see what let us see what Colombia can do with 50 seconds left. We're coming out of the shotgun formation. Bernard Yelverson's going to snap that ball, and Terrence Russell is going to be there to try and stop him. But Dexter McCormick's going to catch that ball coming out of the backfield, and we are going to see a 2nd-and-1 play. And did that clock stop? Did anyone call a timeout? Nope, no one did. So the clock is going to start rolling again, and Bernard Yelverson, I am sorry, is going to throw that ball, and is it going to be picked off? It is not. Barrett Barton could not help his team seal in that victory, and now we're going to see a Hail Mary. 3rd-and-1, I guess it's desperation time. 12-18, and let's see what Bernard Yelverson can do. Bernard Yelverson is going to roll off to the right. He's going to throw that ball all the way down the field. Can Barrett Barton do it? And Barrett Barton is not going to be able to stop Martinez. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's not going to be able to stop him. Oh, Colombia can do it. Colombia can upset Dallas. Oh, and if this doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. This could be the first upset victory of the season. Colombia has put together a better second half than they did a first half. They couldn't do anything, but they have been moving the ball in this half. And they haven't been stopping Dallas as much as Dallas has scored. But Bernard Yelverson is going to throw that ball out of the backfield, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. And 24 seconds left. They're going to try and throw another Hail Mary from the 24-yard line. Why? I don't know, but they're doing it. So, from the left hash, Bernard Yelverson is going to start calling out some hot routes. Bernard Yelverson drops back. He's going to have to avoid Terrence Russell. And that ball is caught by Martinez. Martinez, the savior right now, catching 2 passes on the second cornerback of the year in that of Barrett Barton. And Finkel is going to kick that ball, and it's going to squeeze right in. And they are now up 19-18. And it's 20 seconds left. It's enough time for Dallas to score, but this could be an upset victory. This could be the greatest victory. Now, let's see what Tony Carter can do. Tony Carter is going to run that ball, and he's going to get up to what it looks like. Nope. He's going to come back, so it's going to be the 25. I thought he was going to get to the 30. And now the Flamingos are in desperation mode. They have never trailed in a game. Dallas has never, to my calculations, correct me if I'm wrong, Dallas has never trailed in a game, and right now they are. As Kenny Janikowski is going to play action, fake hand that ball off, and George Oladejo is going to catch that ball as Dallas is going to call a timeout, and we have 12 seconds left, just a little bit of time before this game hits expiration, and Kenny Janikowski is dropping back, and he's going to try and outrun Pratt, but Pratt has been pressuring him all game, and we're going to see another timeout, and Kay Haynes is going to go out, but Haynes is expected to return, so it's a non-threatening injury, as Dallas is going to try something. 3rd and 12. What can Dallas do? That Hail Mary that has been helping Colombia, can it help Dallas? Kenny Janikowski is not going to be rushed, and that ball is dropped. Jonathan August couldn't do anything. 1 second left. What are we going to see? What are we going to see from Dallas? Dallas is going to maybe call another Hail Mary. Let's see. What can they do? It's 1 second left. All they need to do is score, and they have a walk-off victory. Can they do it? Kenny Janikowski drops back. He's going to roll out to his left, but he's going to be chased by Patrick. I'm sorry. And he's going to get brought down. And Dallas has lost. And that's it. Dallas's perfect season hopes are gone.